प्ययन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक् प्राणश्चक्षु श्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्यात् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मेस्तु तदात्मनि निरते य उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Om. May all my limbs attain strength. May the body, the mind, all the sensory and motor organs become powerful and efficient. All is verily the one without second, ever blissful, ever perfect, unchanging existence itself, called Brahman. May I never deny Brahman. May the Brahman never reject me either. May there be no denial at all. May there be no denial, at least from me. May all the virtues necessary to experience this truth of oneness as described in Upanishads be with me. Om, peace, peace, peace. Let us feel the oneness of existence by going beyond our transitory shapes and the names which follow the shapes. They are changing and are thus coming and going. They can be removed, just as we remove the clothings. Just as one keeps the heavy coat, jacket, and other clothings while going to sleep, along with that, let us feel that we are removing our bodies as well. The bodies are just like clothes. As we remove the body, it is just a mental exercise which we do Every night as we go to bed, we get out of the body. So, here also we have to get out of the body consciously. And thus, we see that we have no birth, no death. We are immortal. We have no limitations of gender or sex. We are neither rich nor poor. Those ideas are only related to body. I am also not the mind. I have removed that inner clothing also. I am beyond pleasure or pain, likes or dislikes. I have no fear, no attachments. I am beyond time and space. I am. Thus one without second. I have no desires. So I am bliss itself. Om. Peace, peace, peace. So, dear friends, let us begin today's discussion on this scripture, very popular amongst the Hindus, and is also studied with great interest in other people, other communities as well, because it has a very special charm. Srimad Bhagavatam. It is called Mahapurana. It is because Maha means great Purana. Great has, in two ways it is great. One is the size, it is quite big. And second reason is qualitatively great, not only size-wise. It discusses the great truths of Vedanta and the ideas of yoga with tremendous clarity and lucidity. It is very lucid because of the style of telling these stories. Bhagavata Purana is immensely popular also. In India, there are so many places where there is a week observed called Bhagavad Saptaha. So 1 week they read the Bhagavata and try to absorb the truths in it. Thousands of people assemble when a learned teacher is expounding the stories of Srimad Bhagavatam. So Srimad Bhagavatam is very popular because of this charm of bringing in the very abstruse truths of Vedanta to very likable, nice stories. stories we all love. So that is therefore the medium used by these sages to bring the truths which are otherwise deeply philosophical given in the Upanishads, but common people they do fly away from those things because they don't understand. Even when I am expounding some Vedantic principles through Upanishads, then some say it all goes above my head. Uh, so, but when it comes to Bhagavatam, then they are very interesting stories. So, but these stories are not devoid of the central truths of spiritual life. In fact, that is the main purpose. So, let us begin with our regular opening chant. Janmadhyasya yatonvayaditaratascartheshvabhinyaswarat tene brahmhridaya adikavaye muhyanti yat surayah tejo varimridam yatha vinimayo yatra trisargumrisha dhamna svena sada nirastakuhakam satyam param dhimahi. That from whom creation, sustenance and dissolution of the universe take place, who is both the instrumental and material cause of it, who is omniscient, is the only one having self-mastery, being the one independent entity, who illumined the mind of Brahma with the Vedic revelation, whose wisdom is the wonder of even the greatest sages, in whom the world of the three gunas subsists, just as the combination of materials like fire, water and earth subsist in their causes without changing their elemental nature, in whose consciousness there is nothing false. On that truth supreme we meditate. It is the truth supreme and is given as the matter of experience of the great sages. And in that consciousness, this is a very important, somewhat enigmatic statement, there is nothing false in their consciousness. We normally have this is real, this is unreal. In teaching Vedanta, sometimes this is told that Brahman alone is real, the world is unreal. For the purpose of teaching, it is all right. But as the supreme truth, the Brahman, is realized, that alone is. So everything is just real. Nothing is false. All that appears is appearance of that one principle or God, whatever name you may give, that alone manifests as this whole universe. So there is nothing false in their consciousness. There is the very nice, very instructive incidents in the life of Swami Turiyananda. He used to teach, and always that was his motto. You can read in his letters. These letters are very important. So, for spiritual seekers. So, in these letters, you read, again and again he says that this world is illusory. It is not real. God alone, Brahman alone is real. And the statement that he would quote very often, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. This is half the verse from a great statement that it is told by a sage that let me tell you the secret of all millions of books, that it is in just half the verse. So one half of that verse is spent in telling this, that Yaduktam grantha kotibhi shlokardhena pravakshami yat uktam grantha kotibhi. In half verse I will tell what has been told by millions of books. What is it? Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. This is what is told by all the great books, that Brahman alone is real. Jagan Mithya, this Jagat, the etymology of this word Jagat is interesting. Jagat means that which keeps on changing, there is no stability to it, that is called Jagat. Jagama iti Jagat. So there is no wonder when we say, oh, this place has changed so much. Yesterday a gentleman from Connecticut had come, so he had not come for a long time, and said, oh, it is all changed around here. All the buildings, the streetscape seems to have changed. And so that is how it changes. No wonder, if it doesn't change, it's a wonder. It is, because it is Jagat, the world. It changes. It is that whatever you criticize and dislike, that next day you may start liking, and you will start praising that. It is like that. In my childhood, I wouldn't appreciate the bitter gourd, the curry made of bitter gourd. Gradually I started liking, appreciating, it is one of the best things. So, according to my present opinion, but it may change again, it is as so the opinions change, circumstances change, the life changes, the world that we see changes. So therefore it is called Jagat. How is it? Mithya. Means not real. And what you call as my soul, individual, Jiva, it is no different from Brahman. So, like a space, that is a common example given in Vedanta, that if you have a pot, then the space in that pot and the space in the whole world, the distinction is only because created by the pot. The space is the same. So Ghatakasha means space in a pot, and Mahakasha, the space outside, the whole space, they are same. So Brahman and the Jiva, the individual soul, is same. So he used to, Turiyananji used to say this all the time. And on the deathbed again, he was about to die. He said, Brahma Satyam. Everybody listening there they were expecting that, okay, the next part, Jagan Mithya. No. At the time of death, he said, Brahma Satyam, Jagat Satyam. Because there is nothing false in that consciousness. Everything is Brahman alone. So that is, this Bhagavatam emphasizes that in the consciousness, nothing is false. So that is being meditated. Last time we were saying the story of Saubhari, who was a great ascetic and practiced religious disciplines, but then the instinct of enjoyment got awakened, and which made him fall in these deep problems of life. He had no pleasure even after living for thousands of years with 50 wives and so many children and grandchildren. So he started pondering, what did I do? Just one little slip. And then that caused all this. It happens, you know. I was reading that the other day that the car was going and on a very curvy route, and on the other side was a deep this valley, ravine. So and just a momentary distraction, and these eyes were off the road, and the car went deep into the gorge. The result was obvious. Everything was just, everybody was killed. The car also was beyond recognition. So that is how just a slip like that in that region in Shillong, there are where on the road to Shillong all these curvy hairpin bend paths are there. So there are very nice signs everywhere that it is that hill is, as it were, saying, on my curve hold your nerve. It is that and better to be Mr. Late than late Mr. So very humorous sounding nice signs there, because you lose your goal, your focus for one moment, and that's it. You are holding a ball on the top of the staircase, and the ball just, you let it slip out of your hands, and in no time the ball reaches the ground. So therefore this story is to hold on to spiritual practice, to that awareness, so that one does not fall deep. And this is the lamenting. The lamenting is good, provided it gives you the impetus of rejuvenating your spiritual practice, coming back to resolve. Otherwise, the lamenting as brooding is no good. But lamenting, oh, what did I do? Never again. And with great determination, you start with renewed enthusiasm, having learned the lesson of what happens if one gets trapped in any attraction. So, what he was, and alas, what has he become from a holy life of austerity and dedication, of deep knowledge and joy, of purity, of profound peace and desirelessness. It is, all these are matters of great joy. The more desireless one becomes, the happier and joyous one person becomes. This is actually difficult to grasp in the that my talk on Monday at the University of Texas. So the students, one of them voiced this question that what is the connection between becoming happy and becoming desireless? How by becoming desireless one gets happy? Because desire means tension. Desire means that now you are not happy till you get it. So that is the meaning of desire. So desires, if there are no desires, you are happy. Desires never make one happy as such. There is a misconception that it is because I got the desire to go and see a movie, then I went and saw the movie, I feel happy. But if there is no desire, then I will not take that step, and thus I will miss all the joy. So desires are mistakenly seen as the cause for happiness. Actually, a desire did not add anything to your joy. Before you got the desire, you were fine. The desire came and then the tension. I must see, I must go and see. It is. And then you, that desire, otherwise you might have been just resting, sleeping, but that desire will not allow you to even rest. You will get up, dress, and then go to see that movie. And after seeing the movie, what happened? The tension was gone. And you came back to the stage, to that level where you were before the desire got awakened. No new happiness got added in that. Let us remember, do you get it, Paul? Yeah, yeah. So, so it is important to note this, that it is, so desirelessness is what is wanted. Holy Mother, as they were discussing what should be asked of God, so she gave her firm final opinion. Only one thing can one ask: make us desireless. Remove all the desires from us. Desires signify imperfection. If you are perfect, why you want something? So desires mean imperfection. So thus this Saubhari saw that he was degraded into burning grief just by slipping into what was seemingly a small, simple desire. But it never is small. That Narada in his aphorisms on devotion says that a ripple on the sea may be small, but there is the big sea behind that ripple. That is not small. So, tarangopi samudrayate, even though it is a small ripple or a small wave, it has the strength of the whole sea behind it. So, be cautious. It is like that. The mouth of a creature might be small, but that doesn't mean that it is harmless to go near that. The whole, this like the those constrictors, or what is the other word for that? Hmm? Boa, huh? Python, yeah. So python, the mouth seems to be small, but it can swallow a deer, even a human being. So it is, therefore one must be cautious. One young lady, she had a python as pet, and then the python was not eating the mouse that is to be fed to the python. The mouse was just remaining there, not eating. So, what is the problem with the this python? So she took the python to the vet, uh, and the vet said, "Don't now sleep near the python." It is because she used to sleep with the python. Mm. And then now don't sleep with the python. The python is getting ready to swallow you, keeping the hunger, like you have in front of you, or the idea that a big delicious meal is approaching. So you want to preserve your hunger so that you can eat that. So that was what the python was doing. So don't think it is very small, even though it appears to be a very small temptation, a very little, harmless. I will enjoy and get out. That's it. What problem it is going to have? No, you will be caught, dragged, and your spiritual life will be gone. So that is the power. There is, it may look small, that's all. But as the great poet Rahim says, that looking at the size, do not slight that thing, because it has its own capability. And see, then he gives an example. Uh, a needle can do that which a sword cannot do. So it has its greatness. So be careful that not to get into it. And now we will come to the further generations. One idea in every Purana, and Bhagavad Purana also that goes on that line, fulfills it, telling the different dynasties that ruled the world through different ages. This yuga, that yuga, and that yuga. So now is the lineage of Mandhata, a very powerful, very pious king, they blessed by this Indra. He drank from Indra Mamdhata. So there he was born without a mother, came out of his father's womb. That we saw that story. Strange it appears, but came out of his father's stomach. So, but therefore there was no mother to breastfeed. So Indra gave his thumb for the child to suck on. So through that he got all the nectar, all the life's sustenance for the life. So that his generations are being told that it is, we will not see all that, but a king in the lineage of Mandhata was Satyavrata, but became famous as Trishanku. That is, the this. So, Satyavrata, who became famous under another name, Trishanku. Trishanku is also a sage mentioned in Vedas, in Taittiriya Upanishad. There comes a line, iti Trishankuho Vedanu In the Vedas, Trishanku has said like this. This is a statement in Taittiriya Upanishad. So, this Trishanku, why he was got this name? He fell out of favor with his teacher Vasishtha, and then Vasishtha cursed him that you will become an outcast, a Chandala, that is the word here. You will become a Chandala. But then Vishwamitra, a competitor of Vasishtha, he gave him a boon that you will ascend to heaven. So he ascended to heaven, but then the gods in the heaven, they disallowed his entry. Hey, you cannot come, get out. So they pushed him down, as it were, from heaven. But as he was falling down, Vishwamitra held him. So it is Vishwamitra held him midway so that he won't fall. So he is now a star, one of the stars. So it is allegorically, therefore, it is said in Sanskrit, Hindi, Marathi, all the languages that somebody who is neither here nor there, dangling in the middle, is called a Trishanku, is in the state of a Trishanku. So this was Trishanku. So and then Harishchandra was the son of Trishanku. Story of Harishchandra, and this story of Harishchandra in Bhagavatam is quite different from the popular story of this king in Markandeya Purana. Now, Markandeya Purana, Harishchandra is the one who is holding on to truth even in the most adverse situations, never gave up truth, even when the truth was, he gave a promise in dream. He gave that is the story in Markandeya Purana. And then fulfilled in the waking state that assurance or that commitment that he had made in dream. So much was the adherence to the truth. He remembered in the dream, he said that. And so he did all to fulfill that, and thus then was blessed by the sages, and that is how that story goes. Here this Harishchandra is depicted as a liar, not adherent of the truth at all. Try to just get away from the commitments. So this Harishchandra didn't have a son. So it seems that both these Harishchandras are really same person, because both are from the same lineage and same. So they seem to be the same person from solar dynasty. This is all description of the solar dynasty coming from Ikshvakus, the Vivaswan, Ikshvaku, like that, solar dynasty. So it is now this Harishchandra in the Bhagavatam, he didn't have a son. It is this Vasishtha and Vishwamitra had that fierce enmity because of that Trishanku incident, Trishanku was being sent to heaven by Vishwamitra, and Vasishtha had cursed him to be an outcast, very low situation. So therefore now, whatever happened to this Trishanku, the two sages, they got into bitter enmity, and then cursed each other, that you will become a bird. And both became birds. Both became birds but didn't stop fighting. As birds, they continued fighting. That is the description in the book. That as birds, they continued their fight. To show that even if you go to another birth, that doesn't wipe out all the previous impressions. So it is, and this Trishanku, his son was Harishchandra, and Harishchandra was very, very sad because had no son. Harishchandra had no son, and he sought the help of Varuna. Somebody told him that with the blessing of Varuna, you can get a son. Varuna put the condition that the son must be given to him. And when desperate, you accept all sorts of conditions that okay, give me, then whatever we can say, it is, we will see later on. Many take loans under almost impossible conditions, that this is, you must pay this much interest. The interest is over 100% sometimes. It is a big problem. In Rhode Island, there has been a movement. I don't know whether the resolution has been passed in the state legislatures, that there is the payday check. Payday check, that has to be banned. Charlie must be knowing about all these things.
I don't know if it finally got passed or not.
You don't know, because he is not so much these days. Earlier he used to keep well informed about the political movements and was very actively taking sides, but now he doesn't. So what is this payday checks? Now when you get the pay, when you are not in a position to have your own bank account, your wages are paid in check. Now you can see many places big signboards, checks cashed here. I used to wonder why the meaning of checks cashed here. What does it mean? Means you will be given cash, but of much less amount than that of the check. It will be considered as the interest. So, and they will then manage to get the checks cashed through their bank connections. So, and that is how you accept the condition, because you are now caught between fire pan and fire. So it is frying pan and fire. So this fellow accepted this condition. Okay, Harishchandra said, okay, let me have a son, and then we will see later. So Harishchandra, then after having the birth of his son Rohita, did not want to give him to Varuna. Well, who wants, So it is, and so kept on postponing on the repeated request, uh, one pretext or another. So they are given here, the pretext, very amusing way that it is. Varuna, the prayer was to Varuna was, O Lord, if I have a heroic son born, I shall offer him to sacrifice in sacrifice to you. Varuna blessed him to have a son, and he had one accordingly, named Rohita. That same name of the son is in the Markandeya Purana also. So it is, Varuna said to him, now you have got a son, offer him in sacrifice to me. Varuna now came to demand the fulfillment of the promise. To this the king replied, let 10 days pass, then only he will be fit for the sacrifice. And now is too little, one cannot be sacrificed at that young age. 10 days later, Varuna came again and demanded his offering. The king then said, let the sacrificial animal teeth, let that fellow have teeth. Bless you, yes, agreed. Yeah. So, let that fellow have teeth. Then only you can put him into sacrifice. The child has now developed teeth, and Varuna demanded, now, why not give it to me now in sacrifice? Only when these teeth fall will he be fit to sacrifice, because these are the temporary teeth, not real teeth. So, therefore, he is not fit to be given in sacrifice, said the king. Then, after the teeth are gone, he said, let the new teeth come. Then it is fit for sacrifice. So, it is only after all the teeth have reappeared he will be fit for sacrifice, replied the king. Now the teeth have grown again. Sacrifice him now, said Varuna. The king replied, being a Kshatriya, this animal, because is going to be sacrificed, called animal, but this animal is fit for sacrifice only when he is fully trained for battle. Till then he is not a Kshatriya, it is therefore cannot be really fit for sacrifice. So, thus, prompted by the attachment of his son, the king deceptively put off the time for sacrifice, and Varuna kept on waiting all the time. Now Rohita had become now grown up. He didn't want to get sacrificed. So, for the fear of being sacrificed, and now he was very well trained in warfare and use of these arms. He ran away. He ran away to the forest. Who wants to be sacrificed? Father wants to give in sacrifice, but the son now is not under the father. He has probably more than 18 years old now, so now cannot be dictated by father. So he ran away. So it is, we had a story, an incident there at our mutt in Nagpur, that it was so difficult for somebody to become a monk, and then the parents, they pressurize that no, you should not. One boy then had joined, and the parents came and snatched him away. that by emotionally blackmailing the boy. So, and we were discussing, see what the parents are creating all this problem for the young people. Uh, so, and then one gentleman used to come to help in some shrine work. He also sat with us for breakfast every day. He used to, and then announced, uh, if my son decides to become a monk, I will be actually very happy. Then afterwards we saw his son coming. He was about 19, 20 years old. Hey, so, hey Mohit, his name was Mohit. So, your dad says that he will be very happy if you become monk. What does it cost him to say that? He already has his fun of life. And now he makes the son to go and become a monk. Oh, never. So it is. The matters are now out of the hands of the father Harishchandra. So, but Varuna was then very upset. The angry Varuna now possessed the king and produced in him the disease called dropsy. It is medically called edema. Edema, all limbs became swollen because of the accumulation of fluids. So it is that it is the and when the son learned in the forest, so wanted to return to father that to see what can cure him, because he was suffering a lot due to this. So, but then uh, Indra prevented him that. That no, continue in forest. You go to different pilgrimage places. Uh, it is the Indra advised him not to do that, to go back to his father now, and keep going to various holy places for 1 year. But then after 1 year, he again appeared to him and said, no, for 1 more year. For 1 more year. So it went on for 5 years. That is a psychological way of, advising. If the person is told 5 years, oh, 5 years, oh, it's such a long time, no, I cannot do that. So, okay, just 1 year. It is one of our Swamis had his some bone in the leg had broken, and the orthopedic surgeon just put that together, put the foot in the plaster and all that, and said that, well, don't walk on that foot for 3 weeks. So I asked that, they say 6 weeks. If I tell him 6 weeks now, he will feel very bad, depressed. So therefore, let it 3 weeks. After that, I will tell 3 weeks more. After 3 weeks, after I examine, I'll see, oh, you have done great, it is improving. Just 3 more weeks and you will be cured. So then that will have some more impact. So it is like that he continued for 5 years like this. And then Rohit returned to the capital and on the way bought a boy named Sunashepa and gifted him to the father to be sacrificed. The sacrifice restored the health of the king. Also this sacrifice gladdened Indra that so many sages had come to this sacrifice many great Vedic experts, including Vishwamitra and Vasishtha. Vishwamitra was the chief Hota. Hota means the one who actually does the oblations, and some others were reading the scripture for that purpose and so forth. So Vasishtha also had come there. So the sacrifice culminated like that, and then Indra gifted Harishchandra with a golden chariot. Vishwamitra rewarded the king and his wife for their devotion and imparted them the knowledge of the Atman. It is that nice to read that. It is that the knowledge of the Atman was imparted, that it is. So, this knowledge of Atman that leads to unobstructed liberation, then what did Harishchandra do with that knowledge? It dissolved the body-centered mind in the earth element, that in its cause, the water element, that in the fire element, that in the air element, that in the sky element, that in the eye sense, and that in the universal. And this is how the sequence is told, because it is exactly now reversing, that the elements come in the order from that I, false sense of I. So from that, as the Taittiriya Upanishad describes, tasmad va etasmad atmanah akashas sambhutah akashad vayo vayoragni agnirapah adbhya prithvi. And so it is that now to go to liberation, reverse it. Like you came from away from home, and now you're returning back to home, so take the same step. You will be doing the same, isn't it, Srilata? That, yeah, now think of it, we have come away from home. Home, sweet home. That is Om, that is Om. So now go back to the same way. It is so dissolve the physical body, then the forces behind it, so different elements in it. So it is, in various Upanishads it has been given like that, that it is. So ultimately the self alone, which never changed, that alone remains. So he, and that in the universal I, rejecting the objective side of it, he meditate on the subjective, intellectual side as his own self. It is just concentrate. That is one of the practices. That instead of letting the mind run outwards, that is the common tendency. Now turn it, that is subjective, turn it towards the true I. Meditate on that. And then, of course, when you do that, it manifests, and then all that was considered as the object, it appears as the manifestation of the same one Atman. So, by the illumination thus derived, he destroyed the obstruction of ignorance, and then dissolved even that knowledge, producing a mental mode. In this self-luminous, subject-objectless bliss, the true nature of the self, which is beyond thought and words, that manifested by going through this process. This process is of great importance. One must take up the process, but the process brings back you to the home, that you never really went anywhere. You were right there, nothing changed. And there is that movie Wizard of Oz. Ah, what? Paul, did you see that movie Wizard of Oz? Yeah, so at the end, that little girl, Dorothy, is sick, sitting with mom, and also it is that is mom is putting that wet cloth on her forehead to remove the fever. So the, those days it was not Tylenol. The way to, and I think that is still the best way to put the wet cloth on the forehead, and then the fever is gone. So, and that Dorothy was waking up as it were. Oh, oh, I am at home. What happened? What happened to that? What happened to that wizard? What? Well, the mom said it was just a bad dream, you know. You never left home. So we never left home. We are that. We are all perverting one without second reality. Now also, just when we wake up, we see that we didn't go anywhere. This idea of sadhana and all, very good, it is important. Like that Dorothy had to somehow, I want to go home, I want to go home, all that I want to go home. All the felicitations that she had in that Munchkin land. But she was not, I want to go back to my home. Started crying. Oh, I heard my mother must have become so sick, what she may die. Let me go back home. So, goes back to home. Actually, she had not neither gone nor come back. So, we do not go anywhere. But this is in ignorance, all this happens. The sadhana also happens actually in ignorance. So this is how this story ends. Then from next Friday we shall take up another such story, the king Sagara, from which the word Sagara, the ocean, has come up. So let us conclude with the closing chant, and then if you have questions, please feel free to ask. निगमकल्पतरुर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुर्हो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः. O devotees, quaff, quaff to intoxication this nectar of the fruit of the tree of Vedas, flowing from the mouth of the great sage Shuka and mixed with the ambrosia from his words. Any question? You have? Oh, wow.
Think about a human sacrifice where someone gets killed. What kind of morality is that? In the Bible, they have Abraham sacrificing his son, but it doesn't happen.
Yes, I don't know. It is sacrifice has many different meaning. You know, to give somebody, that is also a sacrifice, or is sacrifice like an animal sacrificed. So a human sacrifice, that was a common thing then. The ideas of morality change, they evolve. So therefore, what kind of spirituality? I knew you will ask some such question, or later on hold me by this scruff of my neck, Swami. But that is the customs change, you know. At that time it was considered moral, now not. It is like giving no voting rights to women. Was it very moral?
Ask Teresa.
Ask Teresa. Okay, now what do you think? So those who did all this, including the fathers of the nation who are adored, including George Washington and Thomas Jefferson, who did not let women vote, they would be considered terrible, bad, evil people. It is, but the moral ideas evolve a lot. It is thus certain regions now. Swami Vivekananda mentions a very nice this idea that in most societies marriage is considered good. That is the way that men and women in a socially uh, agreeable, understandable way can unite rather than just a casual way of interacting and mixing. So, but in Tibet, Swami Vivekananda found that there was no marriage. All men, women, they used to live together in a commune. Anybody can go with anybody like that. And then he questioned, is it not immoral to be like this? And a man smiling said, what do you mean? To hold somebody as your own, is it moral? Or to have it for distribution is moral? So Vivekananda says that I was dumbfounded. Our ideas of morality are just ideas, that's all. There is not always a firm basis for that. So, this idea of human sacrifice must have been there at that time, who knows? So, yeah. Any other question? No. So let us conclude. Huh? No. He said no. Let us conclude with the closing bhajan. Mukund. Oh, I have to change that. Yes. Okay, he did it. Mukund Madhav Govind Bol Keshav Madhav Hari Hari Bol Mukund Madhav Govind Bol Keshav Madhav Hari Hari Bol 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 Krishna Krishna Bol Krishna Krishna Bol Krishna Krishna Bol Krishna Krishna Bol Mukunda Madhava Govinda Bol Keshava Madhava Hari Hari Bol Keshava Madhava